Hello and welcome to another brand new episode of When in Vietnam, where we delve deeper into the green movements shaping our society in recent times. In Greet and Meet, we spotlight the heroes dedicated to trash collection, who are significantly enhancing the cleanliness of cities throughout Vietnam each day. Later, in our Why Vietnam segment, discover the narrative behind a fashion and eco-label initiated by Spanish artists who share deep love with Vietnam and its culture. This visionary not only strives to minimize environmental impact, but also cherishes and perpetuates the distinctive facets of Vietnamese culture through the medium of fashion. Last but not least, we meet some young pioneers who embrace and promote a green lifestyle, believing that even small daily actions can have a significant impact on environmental well-being. So, here we go. As urbanization and industrialization expand globally, the increase in municipal solid waste, MSW, emerges as a critical issue. This is especially evident in Vietnam, where swift urban and industrial growth has led to a marked rise in waste generation. According to the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, Vietnam produces about 60,000 tons of household waste daily, with major urban centers like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City contributing 7,000 to 9,000 tons of this total. Such massive volumes pose formidable challenges for waste management systems in the country. A growing awareness of these waste management challenges has sparked action at multiple levels of society. In recent years, environmental movements in Vietnam have witnessed significant changes as many organizations and groups have sprouted, all aiming to spread awareness of serious environmental issues. A notable example of such community-driven environmental action is Keep Vietnam Clean, KVC. Initially founded as Keep Hanoi Clean, this social enterprise has broadened its mission to promote sustainable living and environmental health throughout Vietnam. And Keep Hanoi Clean story begins with...
Tôi là James Kendall và tôi là người sáng lập Keep Hanoi Clean từ năm 2016.
Known affectionately as Ong Tae Zonzak, the Western guy who collects trash, James has become a symbol of community-driven environmental activism. Starting in 2016, he and his group of volunteers embarked on a mission to clean up Hanoi, a journey that led him to collect around 2,000 tons of trash over 3 years from various locations throughout the city. James's wife has been by his side from the very beginning of his environmental crusade.
Đấy mình mới chỉ là bạn bè thôi. James có liên lạc với mình và nói ra ý tưởng là sẽ kêu gọi tình nguyện viên đi dọn rác để trước tiên là dọn, sau đó sẽ là tuyên truyền cho tất cả mọi người về ý thức bảo vệ môi trường nơi mà mình sinh sống. Thế là mình ủng hộ. Một tuần đầu thì có rất nhiều người tham gia, nhưng sau đó thì họ phải bận công việc, mà James lúc đấy thì lại cái tâm huyết và cái lòng nhiệt huyết á, ngày nào cũng muốn đi dọn rác, ngày nào cũng muốn đi.
Yeah, there was a time where I thought, hey, why not just do it every day, like for an hour? Doing it every morning from like 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. or maybe 5 to 7. So it was really early. I think it was when I came back from America and I still had jet lag and I couldn't, sleep in. So I wake up really early in the morning and I just have nothing to do, so I went out and cleaned up a little bit.
James and his team have engaged with nearly 2,000 volunteers and collected many tons of trash from over 50 locations in Vietnam. James's work began with a simple desire to clean the environment around him. Without seeking fame, profit, or recognition, he was driven by a genuine concern for the state of his adopted city's cleanliness. This dedication inspired both locals and expats to join him in his efforts, leading to significant cleanup operations.
He's really the powerhouse behind everything. She's always coming up with ideas of things to do, and he's very energetic and enigmatic about it. And he works so hard that he kind of motivates you to having to keep up with his pace of work and his ideas.
Cái niềm cảm hứng từ anh James rất là lớn rồi. Thì ai cũng sẽ đồng ý là anh ấy là một người truyền cảm hứng cho không chỉ ở những người thành viên trong nhóm mà còn cho các chính quyền cũng như là các cái bạn trong tương lai muốn tham gia vào câu lạc bộ của nhóm, hoạt động của nhóm.
Ví dụ khi mà làm công việc liên quan đến môi trường, hoặc những hoạt động liên quan đến môi trường như vậy thì ngay cả cũng khá nhiều khó khăn, nhưng mà khi mà gặp một người mà lúc nào cũng quyết tâm làm một công việc gì đó thì nó giống như một cái động lực.
And I think he's leading by example here, so people can see what he's doing, and it plants a seed in people's minds that, oh, we can take part in this as well. And yeah, I think it just creates a positive example for the community.
James's efforts have also been recognized formally. In 2016, he received the Love for Hanoi Award, acknowledging his dedication to the city's environmental protection. His work has not only cleaned up the city, but has also encouraged locals to join in, shifting public attitudes towards more sustainable behaviors. Over time, Keep Hanoi Clean has grown in scope and impact, partnering with local government bodies, other NGOs, and businesses to enhance its reach and effectiveness.
Bringing people of all different cultures together to protect the environment it's something, it's really hard to explain. It's a wonderful feeling, yeah. After we started, there was a huge awareness that had been raised, and a lot of people, they were paying more attention to the problem about the environment. To see that was amazing. To see how the community was starting to change. It wasn't something that happened overnight. It was something that took years to see, but to see that was just incredible. And I also noticed a lot of other environmental groups starting to form and other people going out to pick up trash after that.
After James's efforts in initiating environmental cleanup movements in Hanoi, a wave of similar initiatives across Vietnam have merged, including Saigon San, Hanoi San, Bin Dong San. These groups have garnered attention and participation from the community, aiming to tackle the environmental issues plaguing Vietnam's urban areas through collective action.
Ăn xanh thì không tiêu chí là đi đâu sạch đấy, ác của mình là mục đích là lan tỏa, chứ không phải là đi dọn rác mãi ở những dòng kênh dòng mương này, mà mục đích là lan tỏa, là đánh vào ý thức của người dân và tuyên truyền đến các bạn trẻ đang làm mầm non đất nước.
Người dân phải ý thức được việc mà tụi em dọn những cái con kênh này là việc rất là vất vả, và mọi người hãy chung tay bảo vệ những cái con kênh ngày càng xanh sạch đẹp hơn và không xả rác ra những con kênh nữa.
These movements reflect a broader trend towards environmental consciousness in Vietnam, where community-driven initiatives play a crucial role in addressing pollution and advocating for sustainable practices. James's story is a powerful reminder of the impact one individual can have on their community and the environment. It highlights the importance of taking action, no matter how small, to inspire others to contribute to making a significant difference.
The government has been extremely helpful in also approving these cleanup events on very short notice. Sometimes just within 1 week, they would, sign the documents and approve whatever cleanup event in whatever area. And they would also give us support with the logistics and things like that. The most rewarding feeling, I would say, is just to look at the place that we cleaned up, and to see how much more beautiful it looks after being cleaned up. And the way people would talk to me about the event and, to thank me and to thank other people for joining and kind volunteers really made it quite special.
James's initiative, Keep Hanoi Clean, which has now evolved into Keep Vietnam Clean, KVC, since 2022, has grown into a broader movement, encouraging more sustainable living practices and greater community involvement in environmental protection. In 2022 and 2023, a key focus of KVC was promoting regenerative agriculture in northern Vietnam, teaching farmers to shift from chemical to organic farming methods, aiming to enhance environmental sustainability and agricultural health.
The reason agriculture is climate related is because healthy agriculture sequesters carbon into the soil, and it's also climate change adaptive because the more carbon you have in the soil, the more drought resistant the farming is. So that's why we're doing that. I think it all boils down to education. I think if we explain to people the impact of some of their behaviors, that they can change. If they know how good it could be, if they did things maybe a little bit differently, then people will choose kind of the better path.
Bring that evidence back to people who don't normally.
Keep Vietnam Clean recently hosted an international film festival, which lasted 10 days, blending environmental activism with artistic expression. The event aimed at educating young adults and families, highlighting the importance of environmental stewardship through the powerful medium of film. This innovative approach seeks to inspire and inform wider audiences about sustainable living and conservation efforts.
Bộ phim rất là hay và mình mong là những cái bộ phim tài liệu này có thể đem lại nhiều hơn cho các bạn trẻ, mà nhiều bạn trẻ xem nhiều hơn nữa có thể thấy được cái sự rõ ràng về môi trường đã ảnh hưởng của chúng ta như thế nào.
Và mình qua bộ phim thì mình thấy là mình có một cái góc nhìn gần chân thực hơn với những gì đang xảy ra ở môi trường.
Sau khi xem phim xong thì em nghĩ là em cần phải suy nghĩ thêm về những cái cách cụ thể để mình có thể đóng góp vào dù nhỏ thôi để bảo vệ môi trường.
Em sẽ chia sẻ nó nhiều hơn tới các bạn bè của em để mọi người có một cái nhận thức đúng về việc tác động của mình tới thiên nhiên cũng như là thiên nhiên đang có những cái biến đổi như thế nào.
In the last 10 years, all of that has really picked up a lot. I think also in the schools, the kids are much more aware and much better educated. I see the earth and the planet as kind of universal. So wherever I am, I want to take care of it. Another motivator for me is I think that right now is a really important time for Vietnamese folks to kind of learn about environmental protection and take action, because if we don't do it now, the chance of things being affected negatively is much higher down the road. So if we can get pointed in the right direction now in terms of protecting our health and protecting the environment, we can have really big impact in the next 10 or 20 years.
James Kendall's passion for environmental issues remains strong, even if he is not currently deeply involved in the operations of Keep Vietnam Clean. His foundational role and the legacy of initiating Keep Hanoi Clean have contributed significantly to raising awareness and mobilizing community action against environmental degradation in Vietnam.
Cũng biết ơn chồng mình vì đã gây dựng lên tổ chức này. James lên ý tưởng thì mình ủng hộ, và từ đó thì những ngày sau đó mình tham gia với James là theo một tình nguyện viên thực sự, và mình cũng muốn đóng góp một phần nào đấy cho môi trường, chứ không phải là mình đi để mình giúp, vì đây là đất nước của mình, môi trường của mình, chứ không phải là môi trường của James.
Improvements take time, It's something it's not going to happen so quick. I feel like every time you do something positive in front of somebody else, it does have an effect to that person and the community. I'm really proud of the work that they're doing at Keep Vietnam Clean. They're continuing to build the organization. I'm just really proud of everybody at the team for all their hard work and sacrifice. I know I'm not the only one that made sacrifices, and I'm really grateful to all of them for continuing the mission to protect the environment in Vietnam.
The story begins almost 20 years ago. The feelings we had when we discovered this country, you know? We immediately fell in love with Hanoi, with Vietnam. The energy that Vietnam has, the young population, the handicraft, the artisanal work, the people, the food, really inspire us. Many of our designs are inspired here in the streets of Hanoi.
To use fashion as a medium to serve a purpose bigger than oneself was the mission of Spanish fashion designers Diego del Valle Cortizas and his wife Laura Fontan when they settled in Vietnam almost 2 decades ago and created Chula, a distinctive slow fashion brand in Hanoi.
Chula is a Spanish word to say unique, beautiful, cool. Then in Spain, when you like something, you have something original. Ah, qué chula, qué chula. Then that's what happened when Diego made the first designs for me. I just use it, and all my Spanish friends tell me, ah, qué chula, qué chula. Then Diego decided, okay, Chula should be the name.
Chula draws its primary inspiration from Vietnam, drawing upon the intricate silk textiles and brocades of ethnic minorities and the vibrant daily life of Hanoi. Chula's designs communicate in a universal language, ensuring that even customers who have never set foot in Vietnam can appreciate and enjoy their dresses. Chula products are retailed in many parts of the world as a made-in-Vietnam brand. The late Diego celebrated and preserved all the elements of Vietnamese life in his creations. All Chula collections continue to be inspired by Vietnamese heritage, such as the prints and techniques of ethnic groups in northern Vietnam.
For us to represent Vietnam outside is one of the most wonderful experiences in the last years, because Vietnam is a country who has a lot of Vietnamese community overseas. So glad for us when we go there and the Vietnamese community abroad, they appreciate that a foreign come to Vietnam and make a Vietnamese fashion. And for us, this is the best gift, no? When somebody that now is not living in Vietnam and still recognize and has some connection to her country thanks to our fashion.
I work for Diego, for Chula, 3 times, 2 times in Hanoi and once in Hoi An. And I was very interesting for the work here and for the work of Diego, of course, because he is very creative and it's a mix of Vietnamese culture and Spanish culture. So I like it a lot. It was colorful, it was really fancy for women, it's really feminine, you know, the dress.
And thanks to the countries we travel, thanks to Chula, we did shows all over the world representing Vietnam, which we are super honored. And that keeps us going. We use a lot the Hmong fabrics, the Thai fabric, and we try really to use those fabrics, and we think those fabrics itself, they have a lot of value for all the tradition they have behind and for all the handwork intensive they have. And we try to use them with all the respect to make something in another way contemporary, that as well the same, that can be in the top of products that somebody can wear to a gala or to a very special occasion. You know, we're using those unique fabrics, but as well making a product that can fly, can travel, and can be in very unique places and showing, okay, this is from the Thai minority, or this is from the Katu minority. We need to make things that raise the value, because they have a lot of value.
These days, Vietnam is beginning to see more campaigns which aim to raise public awareness around environmental issues in every industry. As Vietnam ranks among the top textile exporters in the world, what is most remarkable is the role that Vietnam's apparel industry has played in eco-friendly practices. It's easy to see that consumers are fond of videos that brag about people's hauls of popular fast fashion brands such as Shein, Zara, or H&M.
Hi squad, we have a Shein haul, so we're going to open that together.
On TikTok, there are 6 billion views for Shein haul tagged videos and 3.1 billion for Zara haul. Although the products are affordable and arguably lovable, most fast fashion brands are neither sustainable nor ethical. Chula is about handmade, sustainable, slow fashion, rather than the up-to-the-minute designs consumers throw away after one season.
Fabrics, it's true that fashion is one of the most polluted industries in the world, no? Then, our way to cooperate with the slow fashion movement, we do a very small and limited production, very handmade with very detail, and we make clothes that we want to last forever. We don't sell a clothes for next year, you come, you have another one, and this one throw away. We want you wear your dresses, your chulas forever, and even we like your daughter or your daughter-in-law or your son as well, because now we make men's clothes as well. We are so lucky to have a clientele who really believe in that sustainability and then who really help us and support us because they really believe on that.
At Chula, sustainability and ethical principles are deeply ingrained within the fabric of the business. Every decision is made consciously to minimize adverse impacts on the planet and its workforce. From opting for non-toxic dyes to collaborating with ethical textile printers, Chula prioritizes environmentally responsible practices at every production stage.
We have this policy to try to do waste zero. The fabric is the most polluted and the most. Then I think in the future we should evaluate to discover fabrics, more organic fabrics, and as well the dyeing. Then maybe we should go to a more natural dyeing. That's something that we have to really go in that direction to be more sustainable. The important is that everybody makes the things more sustainable, because it's fundamental for the environment and for the world where we live. I think I really encourage programs like yours, and it's all about education and sharing the impact of one kind of industry or the other one.
Chula stands out not only as one of Vietnam's pioneering fashion boutiques dedicated to eco-friendliness, but also for its founders' dedication to highlighting and conserving Vietnamese heritage. This commitment harmonizes seamlessly with the traditional and distinctive elements of Vietnamese culture, creatively expressed through the medium of fashion. Green and recycled materials are gaining momentum in Vietnam, driven by the passion of young individuals committed to contributing to a sustainable and eco-friendly society. Mindful of the repercussions of plastic waste, numerous key opinion leaders and influencers have taken the lead in advocating for the green lifestyle movement. Giang Oi boasts a YouTube channel with 1.65 million followers. At the same time, Chao Bui, a renowned fashionista, commands an Instagram following of 3.7 million. Both are celebrated for offering highly practical zero-waste advice, including strategies for minimizing plastic consumption in everyday life.
Cái túi vải như này rất nhiều và bạn chỉ cần gập gọn nó lại. Bạn cho vào túi là mua gì bạn cũng có thể đựng hết. Sau khi dùng thì chỉ việc giặt sạch đi là xài được hoài thôi. Chỉ cần một mình bạn áp dụng cái này thôi là một năm đã giảm được biết bao nhiêu cái túi ni lông không cần thiết rồi.
Mình sẽ bớt sử dụng đèn đi những lúc không cần thiết. Mình biết cách là dùng điều hòa lúc nào cần thôi. Mình có thể là đóng những cái hộp inox, ăn cơm ở nhà mang đi. Mình mua những cái cốc thủy tinh hay là cốc inox.
With a profound awareness of the dire consequences of climate change, many Vietnamese youths are championing green lifestyles by introducing innovative approaches to goods manufacturing and embracing eco-friendly products. Nguyen Quang Thao stands as a youthful trailblazer for the eco-conscious lifestyle in Vietnam. In 2016, Huang Tao fervently embraced green living, advocating for reduced plastic bag usage and encouraging others to reject them entirely. Her fan page, Say No to Plastic Bags, has amassed over 100,000 followers, inspiring many to join her cause. Tao is also the founder of Green Consumption, with nearly 80,000 members, which aims to encourage the community to consume products by businesses that observe environmental protection.
Mà thực sự là nó làm cho mình cảm nhận thấy rằng là cái sự kinh khủng của rác thải nhựa đến đâu, đấy là mình phải đi về cái khu ở gần cái nhà máy xử lý rác ở Nam Sơn, và thực sự mình cảm thấy ôi, những cái thứ rác như thế này mình cũng tạo ra, mình góp phần vào trong thứ rác đó. Vậy thì làm như thế nào để mình có thể là giảm thiểu được cái tác động xấu của bản thân mình, và làm như thế nào nữa để mình có thể giúp cho những người xung quanh của mình có được một cái động lực để có thể là giảm thiểu những cái tác động xấu đó của họ đối với cả môi trường. Thì đấy là cái lý do mà tại sao mình quyết định là cần phải thay đổi.
To adopt the zero waste lifestyle, Huang Tao also launched one of Hanoi's first zero waste concept stores. Here, customers come and go without consuming plastic bags. Everyday items like toothbrushes, cups, and bags are all made from recycled or eco-friendly materials.
Trên một vài hội nhóm, mọi người có giới thiệu cửa hàng này là bán những đồ sống xanh và bảo vệ môi trường, cho nên là mình đến tìm đến đây để mua đồ. Mình muốn mua một cục xà bông gội đầu, tại vì ở những dầu gội trên thị trường này thì nó khá nhiều hóa chất, và những xà bông này thì không có bao bì ni lông thải ra môi trường.
Cái thời điểm khi mà mình quyết định là mình nên có được một cái cửa hàng zero waste ở tại Việt Nam là cái thời điểm mà khi mà mọi người bắt đầu quan tâm nhiều hơn đến vấn đề môi trường rồi. Thế nhưng mà mình nhận thấy là trong các cộng đồng của mọi người thì không có được một cái chỗ mà nó có thể là tập hợp được hết tất cả những cái sản phẩm thân thiện môi trường, và để cho mọi người có thể đến và sau đó là học hỏi về cả những cái sản phẩm khác nữa. Mình cũng rất là mong là qua những cái thông tin mà mình chia sẻ được thì có thể là làm cho một ai đấy thấy rằng là cái lối sống này thực ra rất là thú vị, thực ra rất là dễ dàng.
Huang Tao, Zhang Oi, and Chao Bui work in many different fields, but they all share one thing in common. They don't waste anything. More and more Vietnamese youths are adopting a greener lifestyle by opting for eco-friendly products, using less plastic, and encouraging the go green spirit among the community.
Về tips thì mình nghĩ rằng là có rất nhiều, nhưng mà mình có được một cái câu mà mình đã đúc rút ra từ rất là nhiều những cái để ý, đấy là mọi người hãy cố gắng nhớ là một cái câu này rất là đơn giản, đấy là không có một cái gì dùng một lần vứt đi mà nó lại tốt cho môi trường. Kể cả nếu như mà các bạn bảo rằng là đây là túi giấy dùng một lần vứt đi, nhưng mà thực ra túi giấy đấy thì nó vẫn ra từ tài nguyên, hoặc là để mà tạo ra một cái sản phẩm tái chế, nó sẽ vẫn rất cần phải có sử dụng đến nước này, điện này, năng lượng này để mới có thể ra được một cái sản phẩm như vậy. Vậy thì qua những cái hành vi trong cuộc sống của mình cố gắng làm sao đấy để cho mình hạn chế việc là mình phải tiêu thụ và vứt ra những cái sản phẩm đó ra ngoài môi trường, thì đó sẽ là cách sống mà theo mình nghĩ là xanh nhất và nó có trách nhiệm nhất với cả môi trường.
Simple daily actions can serve as powerful catalysts for environmental good. It's uplifting to see the widespread adoption of the Go Green ethos among the youth and throughout society as a whole. This eco-conscious edition of When in Vietnam draws to a close. We trust you found inspiration in these remarkable stories and will join us in our commitment to sustainable living. When in Vietnam will return with further tales from the cultural scene. Thank you. Until next time.